All right, everyone, we're back. It's game 3. We're here. We're in the draft. And man, I'm still tired after last game. Once again, as always, joined by Spencer Casting here.
What's up? Excited for this game 3?
Ooh, me too, man. It's gonna be a wonderful time, I'm sure. As again, the first phase, identical, all 3 games. You gotta love it. Oh, we got a Witch Doctor. Just gonna say, sometimes in these best of 3s, you get too caught up in the previous series and you forget about those targeted bans. But not these teams. They remember.
They were on it. And Witch Doctor, like game 1, all-around good guy owned on this hero. So I expect nothing less.
And Talus takes the Mirana again. He's feeling hot on it. He's feeling spicy.
Wow, the insta picks. I love it. The confidence in these teams.
Yeah, glad to see. Neither team really shaken from either loss. Obviously, Satyrs has we assume have the momentum from that previous win, but TTP showing no hesitation. I like that decisiveness. Bodes well.
Gotta have it for sure. You never. I feel like you can never doubt yourself in Dota. It just breeds a bad player. So confidence is key.
It's one of those things where if you're unsure, you'll execute poorly. You have to have full confidence in your decisions when you make them.
100%.
TTP got it.
And just like this Snapfire Faceless Void that we saw in game 1, I think Witch Doctor Faceless Void does the exact same thing, just probably a little bit better. Because Witch Doctor can get kills by herself or himself, and Faceless Void can do the same. So put together, they're an extremely good combo. So I'm excited to see this. This is like a TI3, not TI3, maybe TI4, TI5 combo that we're seeing here, and I'm excited.
It's definitely a classic WSS take the Disruptor again. I don't blame him. Urbo did work on it last time. When you got a player that's just, it's one of those things where you see it in the true sight, and it applies here too, which is just like, if you got a player that's popping on a hero, you just give them the hero.
100%, yeah. And then the Kunkka ban has to happen.
The respect ban is there. They're not having a repeat of last game. So one thing I'll say about the Witch Doctor Faceless combo is it's weird because you think of it as this all-powerful combo, but it ever since it stopped working inside of the Chronosphere, it's been much tougher to pull off. And I think that's honestly a good thing, because it means that this game, we're not going to see TTP rely on the Witch Doctor for chrono damage, which is what kind of shot them in the proverbial foot. Wait, no, hold on, it's WSS that did it, wasn't it?
WSS, exactly, yeah.
They're not going to fall prey to the same trap that WSS did.
Exactly.
Which I think is going to be good. So, surprisingly, not seeing any carries banned out from either team. Obviously, WSS doesn't need to ban it, but they're leaving in the Sven, they're leaving in the Anti-Mage, they're leaving in the Spectre. A lot of options for WSS here.
Yeah, I'm interested if they pick up the Doom. So we saw the Doom work perfectly against the Faceless Void game 1. So we'll see if I don't know if Tsuna plays it, but I'm excited to see if they pick it up here.
Yeah, well we'll have to wait and see. But man, getting the pick of the entire crop of carries just feels so dangerous. I'm terrified because if they decide that, they'll be able to formulate their draft pretty much however they want around their carry. They have a lot of options.
A lot of options, yeah. We haven't seen the Sven once. I sort of want to see Sven, not gonna lie, but I don't know. Sven does really good against Faceless Void. Warcry is insanely good. The stun stops the time walk and huge damage. If you can burst the Faceless Void down.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things. Well, they'll take the Sand King. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's one of those things with Sven where You think burst damage bad against Faceless Void. It's not bad if you can kill him in the duration of your stun.
Exactly. It's not bad if you have 400 damage
Mm-hmm.
with the ability. It's huge, huge.
And
So I'm a fan of the Sand King against, like you were saying last game, the melee core of the Faceless Void. I think the case last game it was a jug, but it's the same thing. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Sand King, just an overall good hero,
yeah.
like you stated.
And it makes the Faceless Void have to be a lot more careful with his Chronos, because if he accidentally Chronos his teammates, Sand King will jump into an Epicenter, no problem. But we got a Slardar. That's a hero that's been coming up as well from the offlane. Feels good right now, but I feel like there's a lot of options for Radiant that can deal with it, especially stuff that naturally builds Manta. You know, those Specters, those Anti-Mages. But it does make life hard for the supports.
This is an Egg specialty. He loves this hero. When I think of eggs, I think of Doom, Slardar, Mars. He's just a great Slardar player. Wow.
Ooh, the PL, okay. An interesting decision. Very good against Slardar, of course. And I feel like very good against PL, too.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hell of a game. And this is Profanity's hero. Like, this is his hero, so...
TTP with the fast counter Earthshaker, I like it.
Putting Snow on a hero that can do something is huge. The last 2 games we saw him on heroes that rush Ags, and ET's not underwhelming, but I think the Snapfire was pretty underwhelming, and I see it reflected here. It's not banned or picked. Actually, Earthshaker huge against PL, and hopefully it can put in some work here with the Echo Slams.
Gonna force Profanity to play much more careful on the hero, but it's not a PL obviously is countered by Earthshaker, but it's not one of those heroes that just removes your ability to play the game. It's not the hard counter, but it is definitely a solid pickup against the PL, and just in the game in general. Earthshaker always feels really strong to me.
Exactly, yeah. You can still play the game as PL, and I think Profanity, when I think of Profanity, I think of PL. So hopefully he can put on a showing.
Now, it'll be interesting to see. PL's definitely fallen off since the old TI8 days where he picked up every game. But I still think he's got the potential to be exceptionally powerful, especially into lineups like these where they're very, very mana dependent, but they don't have a lot of mana. He can do a lot of work into these lineups.
Yeah, PL just loves long engagements, and he likes to whittle people down. And I think TTP is not really a fan of having no mana in these super long engagements. And getting Sand King, like 3 or 4 Sand King stuns off in a fight. Usually it's just 1 or 2, but if you can get 3 or 4 Sand King stuns in a fight, usually you win the fight. So those 2 heroes really love long engagements, plus with Sandstorm too. So we'll see how TTP work around it.
Yeah, and Disruptor and Mirana too, outside of their ultimates, they're both fine with these longer fights. They're low cooldown spammable abilities. Getting into the final bans. Once again, mid laners for both teams. The Necro is taken out by TTP. I think that's a wise decision. The Necro did a ton of work in the last game, and they'll also take out the Viper.
So I'm going to go ahead and say they're about to pick a sniper on WSS. Mango can play 3 heroes extremely well. And one of those heroes is Necro, OD, and Sniper. And Sniper is not picked nor banned, so I look to see a Sniper here, but I could be wrong.
Going to be... Sniper is an interesting choice. There is a lot of catch for him in this game. They'll take an Ember.
Wow, okay.
Alright. That's obviously very good into the PL, especially if he goes for like the Maelstrom build-up. We'll have to wait and see on that. Very mobile, but there is a lot of good catch on the side of Satyrs here.
Yeah. I wonder what BCS is going to pull out of his belt. Pull out of his back pocket.
Feels like pretty open on this mid lane. There's a lot of different choices. And we will take Huskar.
My God.
Oh boy. Okay, well, that's interesting for sure. But I have to imagine that's going to be such a crushed lane for Theseus. I feel like Ember is going to suffer immensely in.
He loves this last pick. He thrives on it. I think this is. I also am a very. I play Huskar a lot, and my favorite matchup to pick Huskar in is into Ember, because he can literally just do nothing. So this game is. Wow. Okay, this is such a good Huskar game actually too.
Yeah, a lot of good single target damage. You can get into a bunch of different people. I feel pretty strongly about WSS. I would say I give them like a 65 to 70% odd off of this draft.
Yeah,
They just
I would
real
favor
power.
with you.
Obviously, TTP have good team fight as well, but I'm just very worried about this 15 to 20 minute timing from Radiant. I feel like they're going to be unstoppable at that point.
How do you kill this Huskar? You have no single target damage at all. You have no burst damage. You have no high magic burst damage. It's all physical damage. This is a amazing Huskar pick from DCS. I'm super excited to see what he does with it.
It's gonna be a wild match. So we've already talked about the mid matchup, and we're pretty clearly in favor of Huskar than both of us here. But these other lanes are gonna be pretty unique lanes themselves, as for some reason caster profile once again fails. Look at this though, Radiant, WSS, they're looking for a fast kill.
Yeah, they're gonna up this tempo extremely hard here. Oh man, Talus on his Mirana, Theseus on his Huskar, Profanity on his PL. I mean, what more could you ask for a game 3?
Man, they're gonna pop the smoke. Right? Come on, Talus? Maybe they're probably waiting down the time a bit. Because, oh no, look at this. Snow's in the area. Oh man, this could go disastrously. If Ember comes back for this bounty rune, which it looks like he is.
Oh, what a smoke. He's gonna die so much.
He is a very dead man. And it goes to Theseus too.
Oh, he's mauling. I know he's mad. I know he's so mad. I'd be. Oh, what is that? Wow.
Man, what? This game already, I know we're not even at the bounty runes yet. This game feels so planned from WSS. Like, they came into this with such a clear thought process.
100%, yeah.
Oh, and Profanity even managing to get the bounty rune. And he's definitely just going to walk away here. And look at this. Somehow, they get 2 bounties, by the way. It's a 2 for 2 and a first blood. So, working out real well.
And Mango got the slight block advantage. This is tough. This is tough. If Ghost Pepper still has his sanity after this game, I'll be extremely surprised.
Powerful start from Radiant, and you love to see it. Gonna have to see if they can transition this into the laning stage and keep up this powerful position. Let's look at Talus is just following around, all around good guy, just beating him down. Blocks the camp. With the sentry. Doesn't actually block the first spawn of it, but still probably okay. Man, and look at Theseus is already off to the races. A 5-3 lead with 2 creeps still left.
Yeah, he's owning it. It's only gonna get worse.
And once he hits that level 3, gets the second level of Burning Spears, Ghost Pepper is going to struggle to even step up to the lane. He has the point in Flame Guard, but Spears are going to eat through that real quick.
Yeah, it's almost like nothing. It's like Flame Guard does nothing this lane. I almost wouldn't even go level in it, to be honest. I think you definitely have to max it, but it just feels pretty bad when it gets broken by 3 spears.
Beast Faceless Void is farming pretty well for himself. And Suna is not going for the early points in the Caustic. He is instead electing to go for the Sandstorm. I feel like both are fine. It's just however you want to play it. But,
oh my.
They're going to kill Witch Doctor. Pops the Fairy Fire. Actually, Talus doesn't have his level 2.
He just got it. He's not leveling. There we go.
Oh no, but he does get the Courier. A slight consolation prize for him. As Profanity, actually in a bit of trouble. Earthshaker puts down the Fisher. Now Profanity has to get under tower, but will escape. The salve from his Disruptor is available. Carl 2K also being forced pretty far back here. All 3 lanes feel like they're going very well for Radiant so far.
Yeah, which is huge. It's really huge. Especially how they play, right? They're playing for this 20-minute timing, this armlet +1 item Huskar. So it's massive that they're winning the lanes.
Profanity, though, again, might be in a bit of trouble. He didn't take the point in Doppelganger, but he's going on to Snow. He's decided that he wants to try and get the kill. Will dodge out the stun. Oh, he's under tower, though. I'm sure No Eggs is going to get the right click. He'll probably get the bash as well. I think he'll likely... Yeah, he'll get the kill. He takes a lot of damage for that. And
that's worth. That's good. That's good play by Eggs.
And I'm surprised that we don't see the Profanity early point in the Doppelganger into a Fisher. Feels pretty common sense, but maybe he just wasn't expecting quite so much damage to come out so early.
Yep. I think so. Usually I don't see the Phantom. Usually you rush Phantom Rush against a normal lane because it gives you the agility. But I would think you'd have to go at least 1 point in Doppel against 2 stuns.
It just not even for the stuns, but just for that block from the Fisher. That's really the killer. But meanwhile, I don't think he's set too far back from just yet. And actually, oh no, up top he just TP'd in. Is he gonna drop here? It's gonna be a close thing. Suna elects not to dive, rather wisely. Man, another courier kill for Dire. So they're starting to come back into these lanes here. Starting to even things out a bit.
You have no right.
Man, poor mid lane. 21 denies on Huskar.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand. I don't even know who you bring to help in this lane. I think you have to salvage. The sad thing is Ember can't really jungle, right? So
yeah,
he just has to get this XP.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Urbo will drop. Profanity may try to get the kill. Elects not to, and does now get the point in Doppelganger. So he will now be pretty unkillable at this stage. And look at that Huskar. He's just going straight in onto Ember Spirit. He's got a lot of stacks. I don't think it's going to be enough to kill him. Actually, Theseus takes a lot of damage himself. Man, Ember is now basically... Well, he has a salve. He's going to have the bottle. He's not really forced out of the lane, I do suppose. But still doesn't feel good. As Theseus just goes and hits jungle creeps. And when the enemy mid has more denies than you have CS, it's a bad time.
Yeah, it's... Complete domination from Theseus this game. Complete domination. As we all expected, it's no slack off Ghost Pepper. It's just a really hard lane.
Yeah, it is definitely that crushing lane matchup. And Huskar's 2 levels ahead now on this Ember. The Ember does manage to get his 6 here, so that will at least help him keep up his regen, but not only it will help him keep up his CS. As oh no, the stun from Suna just misses. No follow-up, unfortunately.
I'm really shocked he didn't max stun with this Moran in his lane. It's a free kill on a good guy every time you see him.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's a really good spell, but leveling Sandstorm also is such a good improvement. It's you kind of want all the ability.
Yeah.
Now Profanity's being run down a bit by eggs, but I don't think anything will really come of it. Earthshaker not in the area. Game's slowing down a little bit. But I think Radiant's happy with that right now since they have such a dominating lead on the CS board. The only one in the neighborhood is this Faceless Void doing very well for himself.
He's huge. Carl is having a great game, but he's gonna go the Battle Fury. He's opting to go the Battle Fury, which I don't know. I think it's very detrimental to you winning the game.
Man, I think it's gonna make things really tough because at the moment, your only damage for Chrono is this Witch Doctor. Like you have 4 other melee hero or 3 other melee heroes, so it's gonna be tough for him for certain.
Top tower is under attack. A tool to teach.
Huskar just left alone in his lane now. Once again, about a level and a half above this Ember. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Snow taking a lot of damage. They rotated in the Mirana for this Mirana, using the leap to get out. And Huskar's actually come in. So this is going to be a very dead eggs here, I do believe. Yeah, there's no hope for him. One more spear with the tick. He is definitely a dead man.
That is a good
Up
reception
top!
from Mango.
A solo kill from the Sand King. Does cost him the Epi, but kills all over. And now Huskar's rotating into the mid lane. And he does have the life break. Ghost Pepper will get this DD, but I think he still has to be pretty careful. And he'll just continue back, forced out of lane once again.
Yeah, he's struggling. He is almost 2k under his counterpart. And Ember from behind feels very lackluster.
2k under, still about a level and a half behind. And Snow in the bot lane, he's been caught out once again. The Glimpse going to not have the range, actually. So now it's just Profanity trying his best to get the kill, but I don't think he'll be able to. Bash, the stun, and actually Ember's here with the DD, so it could be dangerous for Profanity. Profanity trying to get out, but I don't know if you're going to be able to die for this. As Profanity gets an excellent juke off, and now Huskar is here to get the kills, and actually, this is turning into a full-on team fight. Profanity is desperately trying to juke, but I do believe it's going to go down. Will he get Snow beforehand? Yes, he will!
Oh,
so
wow.
at least gets that consolation, and Theseus is still here. So far, it is a 2-for-1 trade, but you do shut down that PL a bit, but since he gets the kill, doesn't really matter. And Huskar is still keeping even with the gold gain of the Ember. So not really much changed in the game state there, other than the fact that the rest of the map is freed up for Radiant due to that rotation. Oh man, Faceless Void almost gets arrowed by Talus. Alright, and it looks like, unfortunately, the internet has dropped for Spencer, so this is becoming a solo cast. That's okay. I was aware that this may happen. So, we're going to go into solo cast mode until he gets back, if he manages to come back. So, right now, game state, as we were saying, looking very, very good for the side of Satyr here. As Ghost Pepper, very far behind, just has his phase boots. Meanwhile, the armlet is already out for this Huskar, and he's going for the treads into the disarm, which will be very good into Slardar. Slardar kind of one of those silent heroes, where the disarm's excellent against him. Meanwhile, Profanity is building up into this defusal. No surprises there, and he will have it pretty soon here. Probably at about the 15-minute mark, if not a little sooner. Look at this. There's 2 heroes forced mid just to deal with Theseus, as he is totally free in this lane. And the arrow connects onto Ghost Pepper. It is a beautiful one. And he's trying to get out, trying to get out, trying to get out. Theseus still taking a lot of damage. Has the armlet, is blocked in. Has to toggle here. Will he get the toggle? No, he will not. He will drop. And Ember will live. So very, very good for TTP. They desperately needed something like that to get themselves back into this game. Suna will take advantage of the time given and the space given him, however, and start to pressure this tier 1. Earthshaker will be the one to combat him, but I don't know if a level 6 Earthshaker is enough, as Suna is powerful, but he doesn't have the Sandstorm off cooldown, so he will be forced to not go for a kill here. If he had more mana, if he had more cooldowns, he may. But now it's going to be Earthshaker farming under tower. Meanwhile, look at this. Theseus comes back mid. He is unafraid, unaffected by that. Now pot a multi. Dire know that this is happening. And it's not clear what the goal of Radiant is right now. Although, Suna will get the courier. A bit of a misplay from the Faceless Void. Now look at Theseus. He's in such a good position to catch all-around good guy, but the ward manages to spot him out. And because of this space that's been given over to Profanity from these rotations, he now is in a very good position for himself. Only the recipe, 700 gold away from that defusal. And once he hits that timing, it will be very powerful. Up top, Suna having a fine time for himself. Also going to have that Blink Dagger up very soon in the next minute or two. This item timing, the timings are coming together for the side of Radiant. And it could be a bloodbath when it all comes together. And poor Ghost Pepper. Catching up slowly, about 1,500 gold behind. So not really catching up, but the lead is not going anywhere. Keeping it about at the same position. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Vanity, very close. Basically has it, and the mid tower will fall. That is the first tower of the game, and that's a brutal one to lose. Ooh, and the regen rune. Theseus is going to feel good about that. Sand King has his Blink Dagger coming. It's all coming together, guys. And you love to see it. Alright. Will the rotation come in? Yes, Sand King with the Blink Dagger decides the TP bottom. They've decided they're going to initiate a killing strike. As the good smoke comes in. Eggs rightfully playing very far back, but has to be exceptionally careful. If he gets seen, the blink, the stun is going to come out here from Sand King at any moment. Now, I don't think the arrow is going to be quite on target to hit. Indeed, it won't. He'll get into a creep. Nothing to the fault of Talos, just a very hard arrow to hit. They'll now pressure this off-lane tower. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, they lose Theseus again. And his stellar start is starting to fall off a bit here, which definitely isn't what you want. But overall, well, actually, I say overall, that goes well. They get 3 kills, or 3 bounties for that kill as well. So not bad at all for them. But now it's the PL show. Hello, Ghost Pepper. I have a defusal. What are you gonna do? This Carl 2K buys the Battle Fury 1530, so not at all a bad timing, but low on damage still. Overall, TTP doing a good job of holding this game and not letting it go anywhere just yet. Carl 2K looks like he's going to go for a deny here. Will not get it. House will get the last hit. Down bottom, Snow has to be a little bit careful. With the Sandstorm coming off cooldown, Suna has a lot of damage if he elects to go with the Veil of Discord. But will not as of yet. He's inching forward. And actually, now he'll go. Now he'll get a lot of damage into Snow. Snow has to be very careful. Don't think it's going to be quite enough at this stage, though. But it will prevent Snow. Oh, no. Not like this. No, he has another. Is it going to be enough? One more right click will do it. But I think Suna is going to pay with it with his life. Meanwhile, though, up top, An arrow does connect, and look at all the damage coming into the Huskar, but it doesn't matter, as now he'll take out the Void. A 2 for 3. But really, I think you're probably okay with that death on Huskar, specifically. You still get gold out of it. And now, oh no, Ghost Pepper. Profanity is here, and he has burned all of your mana. There is no hope. Puts down the GG Prince. What a juke. He does have some mana now available, and with the Earthshaker play, that's going to be quite powerful. Suddenly, it looks dangerous for Profanity, but Profanity's still in. He's going to purge off the ultimate, but the stun's there, and now they know exactly which one's the real one. Profanity, not like this. You can't afford to go down, but he will. TTP! Despite the rough start to their game, they are making an excellent play at remaining powerful in this game, and remaining in it. They're not done. Both teams are going to fight tooth and nail for this game. Now Tsuna once again looking for the bot lane. Is he going to be able to find anything here? Slardar's very tanky. He's definitely a difficult kill. Who is, by the way, going for that fast Aghanims. But it looks like we might have another smoke attempt here. No. They're just gathering up around this middle tower, and Tsuna, he sees Slardar. Is he going to start channeling? Sees the Mirana coming in. He's probably going to go for it very soon. But his timing window is actually running pretty low, as Eggs jukes to the left and will survive. PL, though, probably just going to enter further farm mode, as... apologies, I have to find the button for levels. E. Okay, yes. As he is falling a little bit behind of the Faceless Void at this stage. Oh man, look at this Eggs, though. In quite the position here. Eggs is going up onto the high ground, looking for something, but I don't know if that's necessarily the play, as now he's in a lot of trouble. Nowhere for him to run. He is going on to Theseus, but it's not going to be enough, and he will fall quite quickly. Snow now in position, doesn't have a blink or anything, or does have a blink, but it is on cooldown. And now Sand King comes in to stop the Witch Doctor, the Glimpse as well. Not totally necessary, but doesn't really matter. It's a fairly short cooldown. Theseus jumps in, gets the Flaming Spheres. That's a 2 for 0, baby. That was, I mean, they had the vision, but it's such an oddly aggressive maneuver that you really didn't need to make. And that is overall just money in the pocket of Theseus. As the PL farms away towards that Mantis Style, escalating quite rapidly. And because they still have this Sand King ultimate, they may be willing to look to continue this push. Eggs doesn't really have much and will actually be glimpsed home. Oh no, Theseus in a bit of trouble. He's on the wrong side of the Fissure here. But Tsuna, he's coming in. He wants to go. A beautiful Fissure, a beautiful stun. And actually, they're just going to nuke down the Void. He stands no chance. Theseus going in deeper, deeper. Maybe a little bit too deep, buddy. And he will get taken out by good guy. And now Dire is on the chase. But it's being slowed down by Urbo. Urbo does have a glimpse available soon, and actually, he's not even going to need it. Oh, what a dodge by Talus to prevent the death from coming out. Now Dire are a little bit split. So overall, another set of trades, but I think you'll take the 2 for the 1, as Profanity is just going to keep farming. And, yeah, he's now even. Look at how dead even this is, though. There's a lot of pressure on this, Faceless Void this game, and look, Radiant, they're not done. They get a blink, they get a stun, they get an arrow. This one's gonna connect, and they even drop the Static Storm. And that is a kill for them. Meanwhile, though, here now in the mid lane, look at how fast this rotation comes out from Theseus. Theseus leaps in. There is a way out for the Ember in the form of that Remnant, so he will be just fine. Oh, and look at this, though. From Urban, he spots out the Obs Ward. That feels rough. As holy moly. I guess it is 21 minutes, but that still feels like a very fast dual Scepter for Talus. And meanwhile, look at this. Sand King, though. He's in a lot of trouble. He may actually die, but will he take Snow out before he dies? The answer is no. He will pop A bit of aggressive positioning. But up top, though, that Faceless Void is alone. And I feel like that should be the healing of this PL. PL actually is sending the entire Manta out to him, I do believe. No, he's gone Sanjin Yasha. Okay, so he wants to avoid this disables. An unorthodox decision, but one that I am perfectly alright with. In all the lockdown here, reducing the duration of it is very powerful. Status resistance is always good. Give him a bit more tankability. But oh no, look at this Ghost Pepper. Dodges the arrow deftly, but still has to be a bit careful. The Sand King is coming up very soon. He does have a remnant, so unlikely to die here. Although with that silence, it actually may be enough to dealing a lot of damage to him, and he will pop. What a Static Storm from Urbo! As he manages to really take control of this game with these Static Storms. Now, though, the Agnums will come out from Eggs. A solid pickup. They're relying on Snow for the Blink initiation, it looks like. And look at Radiant, though. Radiant, they're not done yet. PL is going in to all-round good guy. Won't quite get the kill, but Radiant have control of the triangle. Dire have to be very careful. This Tier 2 tower is once again at risk. They'll be forced to fortify for it. PL not going for the Manta, going straight into a Butterfly. Not having the Manta is very strange, for certain. But this man is unafraid. He realizes the only threat to him right now is CC and Faceless Void in Chrono. And he is trying to negate both of those. Faceless Void, though, actually not going for the MKB. He has an Aghanims going for BKB. The damage on this Faceless Void is very low. And we are going to he's basically requiring his Witch Doctor to win him the Chronosphere kills. Look at this, though. Eggs looks like he might want to go in onto Theseus, but this is an excellent bait from the Radiant. If they're able to get in time, they do get the glimpse. Now Eggs in a poor position here, but they're going to elect to go into the Ember Spirit instead. There's no arrow, unfortunately, from the Mirana, but they're doing a lot of damage. The Chronosphere could come out at any moment. The arrow, though, slowing down the Faceless Void. He used the Time Walk to get in. Theseus also surviving pretty well here, but he will eventually go down. Now it's Carl, 2k. And suddenly, this doesn't look too good if you're on the side of Radiant. They're going to send out the Slardar, but they're trying to get in onto PL, but the Faceless Void takes a huge stun arrow combo, and now with that they will try and turn onto the PL. PL taking a lot of damage. He is going to take out good guy, and he will actually, it looks like, get out here, as one more W from Ghost Pepper would be enough, and actually he will just die to the Witch Doctor, who still had the Malachon. Now suddenly Slardar has to run away. It looks like he's going to take his consolation kill here, or is he? No! Ghost Pepper will get the slight to get him the double kill. He turned around a bit too soon. The arrow didn't connect because of the death. And that's a pretty good fight for Dire. They get quite a few kills, and they survive on 2 of their cores. Man, unfortunately, this Huskar just feels like he's falling a little bit behind. Oh god, lads. Didn't get my water. This is going to be a thirsty game. Talus trying to defend has to be a little bit careful. Slardar is going for that blink as his next item. And that will be pretty powerful for him, because he does already have that crush. And look at this, though. Theseus, you're in danger. You're in here too deep. He is going to get the disarm. Is he going to be able to follow up with... Well, it's not going to matter. He tries to disarm the Witch Doctor, but that is not going to save you. Actually, hold on a second. He's getting a lot of health in here. The ultimate from Sand King will be interrupted, but I think Theseus is going to survive here. Somehow! I said you're in too deep, but yeah, that's definitely a tip. That's definitely tip-worthy. And that's the Witch Doctor without an ultimate, so you're now not really afraid of this Chronosphere nearly as much. Look at this. Radiant's in an excellent position to take the tower, and Snow has actually found himself in a bit too deep. He is going to get the stun, but he doesn't really have any mana for any follow-up. Talus is going to toss the arrow here, so it It is going to result in a kill. That's excellent. They get the tower 2. Gonna get the outpost, 27 minutes, so a good timing to hit it. Apologies if I said something a little dumb there. I thought I saw a message from my co-caster that he was back alive, but it was not the case, unfortunately. And we got to pause. Ooh, Lord. Why is the unpausing pause? What the heck? What the heck? Well, that is wild. Oh, they're going. They have the G call, I have to be quiet. Oh, thank God. It's still resumed. The time stop was not that powerful. And man, DC survived that last engagement. I guess it's just power of the evasion. Carl 2K, he's looking to go for something down bottom, but Witch Doctor will actually dodge the stun out, but I hate to tell you, you're not going anywhere, buddy. He will drop rapidly. Dire try and TP in, but it's not gonna happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And this will be another tier 2 for Radiant.
Bottom tower is under attack.
WSS doing an excellent job
Dire's
getting themselves back in this game. And Carl 2K, it just feels like he has nothing. This poor man, all he has is a Battle Fury and an Aghanims. Look at this. Duna looking for the kill, will not find it. Carl is going to actually try for something here. It would be very risky, as Mirana is in the area with a Yule Scepter. No. Talus will show himself. Void will rightfully back off and TP out. And they will see him in the mid. They'll know he's not there. And look at PL though. He's almost finished this butterfly, and that is going to be pretty terrifying timing, as there's not going to be a whole lot to threaten him. Smoke though from Dire. They're looking for something. They will find Theseus. Theseus gets rooted up. I think he is likely to die, but the bottom ultimate comes out. Turbo actually drops a Static Storm on himself so that he can't go down. Oh, the D instantly. Faceless Void has a lot of damage thanks to that DD rune. That's something to get you kills in Chrono, but right now it's just the Disruptor that's been taken out. Theseus is going to try and TP and actually will escape. Sand King as well going deep. He will manage to escape. All that will die is Tsuna's Courier, as well as the Disruptor, which isn't too bad. Sand King has bots. I like that a lot. Now, there wasn't a Chrono used or anything, so there is still a good case for Dire here. So they actually try and walk into Roche, and they know that that's a Roche attempt now. Sand King's in the area, and this is very dangerous for Dire. Now, they do have a Chronosphere. And look at this Sand King waiting in the offside. He channels the Epi, he gets the Blink, he gets the stun, he gets everything off. The Faceless Void, he's dropping, but he does manage to Q out. Eggs now sitting in the pit. They're doing their very best to survive, and all-around good guy is getting a lot of damage here. A big Chronosphere under Profanity, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, as the W is coming off cooldown in about 5 seconds. Actually, he's just fighting in this. Faceless Void got the Chrono, but didn't get a whole lot out of it. No one has died for the side of Radiant. Disruptor will finally pop, but Carl 2K, he's going to pop next. Although Profanity is in a lot of danger, he does get the W off and actually manages to juke out into the pit. And that is going to be a dieback, I do believe, from No Eggs. And now, Ghost Pepper trying to run out, but he's spotted out. He does manage to steal the bounty rune, but he will fall. And that is why you don't walk into Roshan when there's 5 heroes alive. They've lost all of their heroes. They have a dieback on the Slardar. And now Radiant are just going to walk into this pit. suddenly the PL or the Huskar, whoever they want, has an Aegis. And I think they'll probably give it to PL here if I had to guess. Indeed they will. PL going into his next item, the Scotty. Manta, unnecessary. No, man, this is feeling rough. This Faceless Void. It's one of those things where, like we were saying the last time we saw the Void, you know, you take 4,000 off of this net worth. I mean, what's Battle Fury? Yeah, 4,000. So he's really at like 9,000. He's down here. That Battle Fury's not really an item that's going to help him in this fight. Because now, you see, the fight may be going to come out pretty soon here. Snow is in a good position to look for something, but he doesn't have the Echo Slam. In the glimpse with Good Guy, he isn't going to manage to get out, but he will dodge the arrow while glimmers. They're not going to be able to actually get a kill here, and Talus is just going to take that Bongo out of there. Zuna, not even going to get stunned. Profanity is going in fact. It doesn't even have to be careful. And look at that, he just walks straight by Eggs. He's just going in deeper, deeper. Does this man have a DD? He's doing a heck of a lot of damage. No, he just has a completed butterfly. As now, look at that. Sand King goes in, dies, but manages to get the ult off in time. And they'll kill the Faceless Void, who will buy back. Now trying to come back in onto Theseus. Theseus isn't going to go down in the disarm. Comes out. The Aegis hasn't even been popped. And look at this Profanity trying to go deep. He'll actually manage to get out of the tower, do the illusion, but the arrow will connect. They might get the Aegis pop. Indeed, they will, but they have to be so careful. His Faceless Void, he just popped back, and he's going to go down. And now it's just the Ember Spirit, the last survivor. No buybacks, and there are no tier 2s. As this PL, he's just gonna be too powerful to deal with. And Theseus is doing a great job of making a ton of space for them as well. And Sand King, he did his job. He ulted, he stunned, and then he died. Look at this. They're not even going to go for those tier 3s. They're not even going for the last lane. They've decided they want to end this game. But Dire, they haven't surrendered yet. They still have an Echo Slam. They still have a Chronosphere if they can somehow buy a minute. The game is not quite over, and this is for an elimination, so they're not willing to give up. No, Eggs tries to... Actually, Shaker tries to do something, but he's not going to be able to. He'll get arrowed in the Static Storm. He will fall. No buyback. They have to be so very careful. And no, they'll just call GG without the Earthshaker. It's impossible. The mountain is too tall to climb. WSS will take the third game in the series. Satyr is moving on to the semifinals next week. And that's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. We're going to have them playing up against, what is it going to be? The winner of Jakir O'Neal and Ooh. Man, what a series. What a series indeed. You love to see that kind of Dota. Love to watch them brawl it out. They both played excellent games. They both played very well. The MVP of this series, it's tough. It's real tough, if I'm being honest. All of Radiant played so well. But I think I have to give it over to Talus. The man hit insane arrows. But on the flip side, Suna did so well too, and Urba did so well too, and they see some profanity. No, I'm sticking with my gut. And you all can say biased caster, biased Mirana Rubik player. Talus, Game 1 had an amazing Doom Deny into the turnaround. Game 2 looked so good with his arrows. And Game 3 as well, setting up a lot. Without having the Kunkka X to always set him up. Just played excellent Dota. So, you know what? I'll go with my gut on this one. But I will also go with the caveat that any player on Satyrs could get the MVP. They all played so well. And TTP also played very well. Although I've got to say, if there's one thing the series has taught me, I don't think you should build Battle Fury on Faceless Void. It just feels so weak. It just feels like you have nothing. And it's unfortunate, but that's the reality. Anyways, I've been Matt Cuth. I was joined for most of this cast by the wonderful, wonderful Spencer Casting. Make sure to check him out. And make sure to all have a great rest of your evening here. I'll see you all very soon. We're scheduled for Thursday. Victoria's Secret versus Z Factor. The first AD2l match I cast remastered.